Assalamualaikum. Together with me, Iza, in Good Morning. Together here, we want to discuss about mental illness among teenagers that have been viral recently. And as we want to know it more deeply, we have about 6 panels today. Consists of patients, psychiatrists, parents, school counselor and police officer to make us more understand about what is mental illness about. Together with us now is Putri Nurhani Safia as our patient that have been recovered from depression. Next to her is Miss Alice Arisha, the psychiatrist of mental health in Malaysia. Next to Miss Alice is Mrs. Alia Camilia as a parents representative. Then in the red shawl is Miss Farisha from SMK Batu Group as a counselor. And last but not least, we have Miss Aini as a police officer. Hi Putri.
Hi.
How are you today?
Do you feel
fine? How do you feel after getting recovered?
I'm feeling great.
Okay, so if you don't mind, I would like to ask you to share with us here how you can be in depression before this.
Sure.
Okay, thank you to our dear moderator and Assalamualaikum everyone. So today I'll be talking about my experience with depression. So the early years of my high school was my darkest time, I could say. I had depression during those years. It all started when there were conflicts that flared up between my parents. I mean, I wouldn't tell what the conflicts were about, but it did get worse day by day. I just felt left out and I just couldn't feel the love and affection from them anymore. It felt like they have left me being ignored without them even realizing it. So I've been always feeling sad and it was indeed difficult to control my emotions. I tried to be as positive as I could, but I would end up being drowned into the dark thoughts on my own. So now here comes the second problem. As I've always been moody, my friends were saying that I was only exaggerating things, but I wasn't actually. And I started to, my friends started to stay away from me, and I guess they were just uncomfortable with my uncontrollable emotions, but it's fine. And then there were so many things going on in my mind, and I just couldn't let them all out. I just felt alone, and then my self-esteem started to go down drastically, and as I was so afraid to be judged by others. But yeah, at the end of the day, anxiety had developed more inside me, and when when you are experiencing depression, you will feel like you will never get out from the shadow, but honestly, there will always be a way out. Thank you for this.
Sure.
Okay, Dr. Alice.
Yes.
If you can share with us what is the common symptoms for depression and how many stages of depression actually?
Yes. So generally, a mental illness is a condition that affects someone's behavior to interact with other people and do daily activities. It can affect our mood, our thinking and behavior. So there are a few symptoms that can be seen in a person with mental illness. They may experience sleep or appetite changes, extreme mood changes, hallucination, drug abuse, or even suicidal thinking. It is usually caused by genes, environmental factor, or even being highly stressed in work or school can lead to mental health problems. So there are 4 stages of mental illnesses. At the stage 1, a person may begin to show symptoms of mental health condition but still able to function well in work or school. And at stage 2, the symptoms may get stronger and new symptoms may start to appear in herself or himself. And the patient may have difficulties in dealing or coping with responsibilities or his daily duties. At stage 3, the symptoms continue in severity and the patient may have a feeling of losing control of their life. And as the last stage, at the stage 4, is combination of prolonged and extreme symptoms that can often causes to crisis events such as unemployment or even hospitalization. And in the worst cases, untreated mental illnesses can lead to loss of life in average of 35 years early. So there are a few examples of mental illnesses such as depression or anxiety disorders or even schizophrenia.
Mrs. Camilla. Yes. Hi, how are you?
Fine.
Okay, as a parent, I want to ask you what is the role for parents to prevent this illness from being spread among teens?
First thing you should do is you have to accept the reality that your children have a mental illness, because it is very hard for parents to accept that the children having mental illness, because they always think and want their children to be okay and healthy. I had heard from a psychiatrist that when she observed his neighbor's children and sensed some symptom of having mental illness, so she told them that, but they do not accept it. You have to accept the fate and try to find a way to help your children before it got worse later. Then you have to educate yourself about the mental illness. You can meet the psychiatrist to know about it, because some patients do not want to meet with their psychiatrist because they think that other think that they're crazy or something. So you have to help guide them towards the treatment and waiting patiently for them to walk through it. Trying to say like, I know you have a hard time and I have some of things that could help. If you like to talk with me about it, I'm here for you. You also can work on strengthening your relationship with them. Try to build an empathy and understanding by putting yourself in their shoes. You may be frustrated because this seems down and irritable a lot of time and doesn't seem doing much of anything to help themselves. But that if there isn't things that make them happy and something intensely disappointing had happened to them, so this might make them to stop doing or avoid doing what they enjoy and retreat themselves to their own life. Try to validate their emotions, not their unhealthy behavior. For example, like saying, it seems that you have been really down lately, so is that true? Make it clear that you want to know what's troubling them without solve their problem. Ask them questions about their mood gently and without being emotional. Do not be judgmental and trying to solve their problem, because people don't like to be fixed. Listening to them without judgment is important, because by this they can see you as an ally or someone that they can turn when they're ready to talk. For some parents, they can feel passive as that you are not doing enough, but being there for them and communicating your acceptance of them is the most important things that they need right now. So, um, as you know that being it was emotional and physically as house being a parent of the children that have mental illness and depression. For this, you have to know that you are not alone and try to get support for yourself from from family, friends, and the society. So then, and make something that you enjoy and uh, meet some friends to release your burden. Thank you.
Miss Farisha, how are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, I would like to ask you actually what is a mental health counselor and where to find them and actually what are they do?
Mental health counselor is a professional who utilizes a variety of psychotherapy methods and techniques to help people experiencing psychological distress. All people face different psychological challenges in various points in life, and sometimes people need the help of professionals to cope with these difficulties. Mental health counselor represents just one profession that scientifically works with people dealing with cognitive behavior and emotional issues. Counselors work with individuals, families, groups, and communities to deal with mental health issues and improve mental well-being. You might find professional mental health counselors working in a wide range of settings, including mental health clinics, school, private practice, hospitals, and community health centers. Tasks that a mental health counselor may tackle include assessing and diagnosing clients experiencing with symptoms of psychological distress, provide psychotherapy to the clients, conducting group sessions with families, talking to the clients about their experience, emotional and thought, working with clients to set goals, and to develop treatment plan and gain insight through it, working with clients to identify situations, behavior, and thoughts that interfere with wellness and recovery. Examining social issues that may influence clients' mental well-being, including peer pressure, bullying, health issues, and so on. Thank you.
Hi Miss Ivy, how are you? Good. Yeah. Can you mention to us the statistic of mental illness in Malaysia today?
Regarding the matter mentioned by our moderator, depression is a serious mental illness that can lead to suicide. Suicide is the third leading cause of death for adolescents and young adults from age 15 to 24. Based on statistics, there were more than 500 cases of people committing suicide or attempting suicide every year for the past 4 years. 1,696 people died committing suicide, while 625 failed to end their life. Of the fatal cases, 1,282 were male, while 414 were female. Among reasons cited were there are stress, financial, family, and relationship problems, and the studies. For your information, those who attempted suicide could be arrested and investigated under Section 309 of the Penal Code. Section 309 of the Penal Code states any individual who attempts to commit suicide is punishable up to a year in jail or a fine or both if convicted.
Okay, Putri, again, I would like to ask you how you overcome your depression and what treatment do you do to get recovered? Okay.
Okay, thank you again, moderator. So no matter how intense your problems are, there will always be a way out from it. I managed to recover from depression. I managed to overcome my problems with the help of my teacher and the counselor from my school. So my teacher noticed that there was something wrong going on with me, and there was something bothering me. So my teacher brought me to the counselor, and the counselor helped me a lot. She gave a lot of support that I needed at that particular moment, and I was advised to involve myself more with social activities in order to distract myself. So I was advised to join volunteering programs, which is totally a wonderful way to distract yourself. I mean, to help yourself in order to get social support, and at the same time you will help others, but you will also help yourself. Without you realizing it. So the council also did a big favor for me by talking to my parents about my inner conflicts, and alhamdulillah everything did get better. I managed to get better. However, to treat depression takes a lot of time, and it is not as easy as people might think it is. And to those who are experiencing depression, if depression is keeping you away from living the life you want to, then seek for some help. Don't just keep it to yourself, and live your life to the fullest. And the highlight is to always seek help from your creator. He is indeed the best listener, and he will always be there with you, and do have faith in him. Thank you.
Okay, Miss Amy, I would like to ask you how suicide connected to mental illness, and how police intervene with the suicidal case.
Okay, so how is suicide connected to mental illness? So basically, most people who commit suicide do not have a known mental illness. It was found that just over 40% of the victims had a psychiatric diagnosis at the time of death. A desire to die is like a prerequisite for a suicide, and this state of mind can be brought about by major depression, bipolar disorder, and schizophrenia. People with these disorders will have high incidence of suicide. How police intervene in this suicidal case? Law enforcement officers are often first on the scene when someone is suicidal. They play a key role in identifying and responding to individuals at risk for suicide and connecting them with help. When arriving at the scene, the first thing we will do is to ensure the safety of everyone present. This includes eliminating the person's access to any type of lethal means. And next, we will establish rapport with the person. We will listen carefully to what the person says, and then talk in a calm and supportive manner. After that, we will explain what is happening and how we can help.
Dr. Alice, what are the ways to cure the illness according to the stages of depression?
There are a few ways to treat mental illnesses, such as by psychological treatment, medications, or by joining community support programs. Psychological treatment or psychotherapy is a therapy that involves talking about your thoughts with professionals to change the behavior and improve the quality of your life. Different types of therapies is used in treating different types of mental illnesses, as mental problems can vary from one person to another person. And examples of therapies that often used in treating patients are interpersonal therapy and cognitive behavioral therapy. Medications that are used in treatment of mental illnesses are antidepressant, antipsychotics, and mood stabilizers. Actually, there are a lot of ways that person with mental health condition can do for themselves to help recover a balanced life. good eating, getting plenty of sleep, be active, stay connected with friends and family can help to improve your health. And it is advisable for patients to never skip the treatment, the therapy sessions and medications, and to avoid from alcohol and drug use, as it can make your health become worse. And try to stay positive and be organized. Learn to adopt positive thinking in your life can make your life better and improve your health condition. Thank you.
Miss Farisha. Okay, I would like to ask you, what is counselor in school help students to cope with this problem of mental illness?
Okay. The prevalence of mental illness in students has reached an all-time high, and it is a public health issue that recently has been widely ignored. Throughout the weeks, many students spend more time in the classroom than they spend with their parents and families. As such, teachers, counselors, and other school staff are among the first to notice concerning changes in behavior that may signal a mental or behavioral health issues. Okay, so school counselors become a crucial part of education team, collaborating with teachers, administrators, parents, and social workers to ensure that each student receives needs and resources that is necessary to succeed in their academic and personal lives. School counselors allocate much of their focus designing and implementing programs which promotes the academic and personal success to all of their students. This responsibility includes enhancing the awareness of mental health in their schools and aiming to remove shame and stigma. Provide the external referrals, which may include short-term counseling or crisis intervention. Provide individual focus at students about issues surrounding their mental, academic, well-being, social and emotional needs. Thank you.
Okay, for the Q&A session, we have an online question from the audience. Okay, first we have, do antidepressants have side effects? So I think this question can be answered by Dr. Alice. Okay, and then next question we have, will someone who has had depression get it again? So I think this question could be answered by Miss Farisha. Okay, so let's get the answer.
Every medicine has its own side effects, and unwanted effects usually occur when it is consumed in higher dose. If you have never taken antidepressant before, try to consult the doctor first and let the doctor knows of which side effects you wish to avoid, such as sedation or sexual disruption.
Okay, having experienced an episode of major depression does put a person at greater risk for future episodes, but not everyone who has recovered from depression will experience it again. Sometimes depression is triggered by a major life event, illness, or combination of factors particular to a certain place and time. Depression can also occur with no obvious reason. Getting a proper treatment for the correct amount of time is crucial to recovery and in helping to prevent or identify any future depression. Thank you.
Okay, I think we have done our forum today, so I would like to thank all of our panels. Thank you for being here today. So I wish the best for you in your future and your career. So I think that's all for today. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.